Carpentry and Cleaning Service Inc., providing exceptional carpet and cleaning, floor installation, refinishing, home renovations, drywall, painting, plastering, doors and moldings, electrical and plumbing, and much more. We are a one-stop shop for all your professional needs. Give us a call today on 718-221-5572. That is 718-221-5572. Or you can call our cell on 917-939-3192. Check out our sales on all services. We're located at 218 Schenectady Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Phillips Carpentry and Cleaning Service Inc.
Yes, welcome to Ride Along Live. Welcome to Thursday on the Ride. How you guys doing? Welcome one and all. As you come in, go ahead and share up the thing and say, I share. Share it. This is sharing is caring, right? Sharing is caring. Thank you so much. First of all, let me say a big thank you to all of our Ride Along followers, viewers, supporters, everyone worldwide. Because today, as I posted on the page, based on the stats for the past 28 days, Ride Along Live, it's not reaching. For the past 28 days, just reach 1.9 million. Yeah, 1.9 million people in 28 days. That's a 30-40% increase from last year, same time last year. So it goes to show that the whole platform is reaching more people. We are more engaging more people with all of our content. And it's because of you. Yeah, it's because of you guys. You guys are the one who share the program. You guys are the one who like and invite friends. And the platform is basically you. So thank you guys for sharing it all over the world. We thank you guys. Could you also imagine that if we had $1 from every one that we reach, we'll be like double-time millionaires? Yeah, just $1. We'll be able to do so much. Anyway, guys, I'm proud. I'm happy that we were able to at least increase our reach this time frame to over 40% of the reach last year. Again, it goes to show that the platform is growing. We are giving content, not only Ride Along. We have the news, updates, posts, Dear Riders, a lot of things we do on the platform right here. And you guys are sharing, and we're happy. We're happy. If we only could get all these people together in one place. Also, if you could also get people to pay attention to information. A lot of people don't like when we're giving real good information. They shy away from it. So let's change our mindset a bit now. Information like what we're talking about today, very important immigration information. This is essential information that people need to know. It would better your life. It would better the life of your family. especially if you're living here in the US and you're unsure about your immigration status and how to change your immigration status, right? So what I want you guys to do right now, invite a few friends. Let's change let's change the mindset of it. That only when saucy topic, you know, and when information like this, everybody say, no, I'll miss it today. No, when times like this, that's what you guys have to watch. Important information. Wendy, thank you so much. Nikita, thank you so much. Chinese Lee, Isaac, good evening, and thank you so much, guys. So share it far and wide. Share it far and wide, because today we have the very popular and I must say, high demand. She's in high demand, ladies and gentlemen. My sister, Diane Winterfunde, the #1 immigration attorney in the world.
Yes.
How you doing?
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you for having me, Jay. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Let me also say really quickly that we are also broadcasting live on our newly established radio station, rydersradio.com. We're on TuneIn, we're on your Alexa, we're on all over the world. So if you want to listen, and the people that's listening right now on rydersradio.com, good evening to you folks on the Alexa and wherever you're listening to us or watching us. Thank you so much. So, booyah! Diane Winterfunde, how you been? How you New Year's been?
Happy New Year, man. It's been a year, so it's good to be back.
Yes.
I miss you guys. I don't get to come on as much, but I absolutely miss my ride along family. Good evening, everyone, all the way New York, Bronx, Brooklyn, everywhere, everybody. Pleasant good evening to you all. It's a pleasure to be back. Yes, congrats, Junior. I mean, come on, we're talking about what, 1.9 million viewers.
Yeah.
That's a big
in 28
deal,
days. In 28 days.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
I was tapping ourselves on the back, like, yeah, we going. But we do a lot of work. I mean, we do a lot of work. Some people don't see it, but sometimes when people are asleep and we're up and we're feeding the content, we're news and research and investigations and all of this stuff. So it's really hard work, to tell you the truth.
I can imagine.
Yeah. But we're happy.
And I'm happy for you.
All right. So Funde, let's go into the immigration talk. Of course, if you guys are this is the first time here, Diane Winterfunde is one of, I would say, is not one, the most talked about, most popular, and most effective. Not that she's just popular, She's most effective. I saw you in Jamaica. I saw you in Jamaica, and I'm like,
yes.
What? Big things are going on.
Thank you. You know what, Jay? My job is to give back as much information as I possibly can. The more information I can give, the more I open my mouth, the more people I know will be helped. So it's my honor. I feel like it's my life's calling. It's my blessing. It's my blessing.
That's right. Well, a lot of people, Diane, reached out to me because we still have a lot of people in the Caribbean, and they are sitting there and they want to find out about migrating to the US, right? And they have multiple questions as it relates to visas. So I think we're going to start there. Okay. Obtaining visas and what visas might be available for folks in the Caribbean to come into the United States.
And I love that question, Junior, because I want to change the narrative that you all have to marry someone to come into the United States. I am working very hard to change that narrative. If you have any kind of talent, remember, however you come into the United States should be tied to your talent. So if you know you have some kind of skill, you should be looking to come into the United States as a skilled worker, right? Because you can come in on family base, or you can come in on employment. So if you know you have a really good skill, you're a chef, maybe, you have your IT degree, you've gone to university and you live in the Caribbean, I think it is important that you also explore that way, as opposed to saying, let me get a visitor's visa. Let me get a little B1 and come in and run off. I think it really, because immigration law has changed so much in the United States, y'all, that I think it's important that you explore other ways in coming in. as opposed to coming in on that B1 and then waiting for somebody to fix it.
So you're saying if you have a skill, a specific skill, right, you could also get a visa to come here?
Yes. If you have some kind of skill, you have an education, you have some kind of extraordinary ability. Think of visas like the alphabet soup, right? I think in the Caribbean, the only thing we think of is B1, B2, or mommy and daddy file for you. Think of visas as the alphabet soup. We have visas for skilled. We have visas for unskilled. We have visas for people with extraordinary abilities. We have visas for nurses. We have visas for teachers. So whatever that skill you're using to come into the United States with, you should definitely explore the correct visa before you come in.
So let's talk about a teacher. And guys, I'm asking the question, but I'm also giving you guys an opportunity. You could call in anytime to ask the question, right? Let's look at a teacher and a nurse. Not like we want to create a brain drain in the Caribbean, so all teachers and nurses come over here, right? I really don't want to, because the nurses are important. The nurses are important. But say a nurse or a teacher wanted to get a visa to come to the United States. How do they use that profession to obtain a visa?
I love that question, Juna. So if you're a nurse, remember, back in the day, all of us must remember when all the nurses used to disappear to America. And I know whenever I start this conversation about legal migration for professionals from the Caribbean, the first thing that comes to mind is brain drain. There are lots of opportunities for professionals. Like a nurse, you can come in on maybe like a H2, one of the H categories, H1Bs, or one of the H categories of visas. What that allows you to do is to work within your profession. So when you come in, you're landing with a social security number. So you can get a proper job and get proper pay. For my teachers, they can explore a J1 for them and their family for up to 3 years. So when they come into the country, they come into the country and teaching. We also have some more unique, more permanent ways for professionals. Like we could say, all right, Junior, you live in Grenada, but you have some really unique skills that will really benefit the United States. In other words, it is in the best interest of the United States if you, Junior, leave Grenada and come here. You can do what we call a self-petition. And
self-petition.
And you're petitioning for your own green card. So we look at, and it's not in a box, so it's not a definitive checklist. All we're looking at is, all right, Junior, these are the skills. Do we know with a substantial certainty that when you come to the United States, it will be in the best interest of the United States? I feel like I'm preaching to the Caribbean, because whenever we have this conversation, Junior, they're like, really? It goes so I didn't have to come and mess up myself? No, I'm over here. I can't get a job, or I can't get a proper wage. So there's so many different ways for our Caribbean folks to enter the United States.
Right. Absolutely. And I think more, we need to speak about that more, you know. Because, so as you said, some people just think there is only one visa, just a visitor visa.
Just a visitor, a B visa, yes.
Yeah, or wait until someone come down and then somehow married to them,
or file for them,
and file for them that way. But you're saying that there are many other ways. Val John is asking, so if you have to marry someone to get my green card, how much ego costs in very colloquial Grenadian term? How much ego costs?
Time or money. Time or money. So if you're going to marry someone, first you have to think about the legal fees, right? There's legal fees and then there's government fees. With anything immigration, there's legal fees and there's government fees, right? So it depends where you are and how much the attorney will charge. But I can tell you, government fees alone, if you're in the United States and you're marrying a United States citizen and you're going to go through the adjustment process, the government fees alone are $1,760. And those, I know we might touch on this today, Junior, but those are there's a proposed fee increase coming down the pike. So if you think you need to do anything immigration, run, don't walk, because the fee increases are coming.
Yes, we go touch on that extensively. But as it relates to the visa, first of all, okay, so let's narrow down on one of the visas. Okay, so a visitor visa. Someone wants to come to the United States to get a visitor visa. Someone want to come to the United States, they have to they want to get a visitor visa. What are some of the things that they need to have? Some of the recommendations that they need to go to Barbados with, or go to wherever their U.S. territory is, to get that visa? What are some of the things,
All right.
recommendations?
So the first thing they will need to have, Junior, is one, you fill out your DS-160 on the state's website, and then you need to figure out what is that reason that you're going to give the consulate why you need to travel, right? Remember, a visitor's visa is a temporary visa, meaning you only need it for a short period of time for a specific purpose. Me and my family, we're coming. Junior's getting married. We're coming to go to Junior's wedding. So if I'm going to the consulate, I need to take like an invitation that Junior sent me, right? I need to take some, how do I know Junior? All right. How am I going to pay for this trip? Where am I going to stay?
Yes.
And then you also need to take some things to show that you intend on coming back. I have my house. I have my job. I have my retirement. I own my business. I have a car. I have no intentions to stay. This does not guarantee that you'll get a visa. It just means you're making a good case to get that visa.
And it's important to make a good case. The stronger case will essentially probably get it. So it's important to identify the fact that you may have a car. So if you have a car or you have a piece of land, you have a house, it's less likely that you could just run away from that. That is in the eyes of the officer. Now this person coming to me, they have a car, okay, they have a car, they have a house, and they have a husband, and they have a good job. Then you look at it, okay, less likely to stay in the United States because they have their life sorted out. So it's important to establish that. How important is having money in the bank and able to show that you have?
I think it helps. I think it helps, Junior, because what it does, it shows that you can support yourself. You can buy your airline ticket. You have a little bit of money means you plan on coming back. You're not going to stay. So having a little bit of money in the bank when you're applying for a US visa really helps.
Right. Okay. So very important, guys. I want you guys to take note. If you're sitting in the Caribbean right now and you're thinking about coming to the United States as a visitor under that particular class of visa, visitor visa, you should establish that you have some sort of reason.
They call it ties.
To your
what country. Ties you to your home country when you're applying for this visa.
Right. Someone asked me about a chef position.
Yes.
What's the best way if someone is a really good chef? Because we're seeing that a lot of chefs and professionals are being scammed. They're being given scammed opportunities.
I remember that.
Yes, so they've been given a lot of opportunities or plans for opportunities, and it never happens. So someone is a chef. What's the legal way, the best way that someone as a chef could get a visa to come to the United States?
So if I have a legitimate chef, a chef with credentials, meaning I went to chef school, I've been chefing for 7, 8, 9 years. I am well renowned. I've cooked for the Prime Minister. I've cooked for Junior when he comes to Grenada. That chef is well renowned. If I have that chef and I can make a case, that chef has probably published books on diabetes, like, okay, eat this way so you don't get diabetes. That chef has been quoted in multiple newspapers of having like what we call substantial knowledge. That chef works with children in obesity. I can literally take that chef and have that chef petition for him or herself.
Wow.
I can say, look, it is and I don't need an employer. So if I list all those things, and of course I'll keep listing and I say, have you done this? Have you done that? How long have you been doing this? Did you go around the world and you're talking about chefing, right? Have you educated? Have universities called you over to speak about chefing? So at the top of the list, Junior, I'd say, let's have you petition for yourself. If my chef doesn't have all those things, but my chef has some skill, unique to cooking Grenadian food, and I find a restaurant in New York, right? And they say, we need that specific chef because he has these unique things about him that's good for Grenadian food, then we can have that restaurant petition for the chef, right? So we're kind of moving down a little bit. The chef is not that well renowned. Let's move the chef down a little bit and have the restaurant petition for the chef. And you can insert any profession here. You can take out chef and put fitness instructor. You can take that out and put all kinds. You can put a different profession. So we just move you down the scale. If the chef just barely cook at a local restaurant on the street side, then I can put that chef into like a H2B, maybe like a little bit more unskilled. Like they're not as skilled, they don't have any professional training. So when we come across someone and we're deciding where we're going to put them, these are the questions we would ask about: give me your skills, show me your resume, send me some pictures, show me your website. And believe it or not, Junior, what immigration is looking at is social media.
Social media, yes, yes.
Because if you're so well renowned as a chef, that means everybody knows they use a chef.
You should have a following. We have a call on the line.
Have a following.
You could get a call right now. Caller, you live? Where are you calling us from? Hello?
Calling from home. I'm calling from Hermitage.
Okay, are you calling for the program, correct?
Not really. I called you to speak. I spoke to you earlier.
Okay, all right. So no, I'm on the live. I'm on a live right now. So if it's not for the immigration, then you just call us back.
Okay, then what time can I call back?
After it's gonna be at 8 o'clock your time. All right.
Okay. Then.
All right, cool, no problem. Yeah. Yes. So
yes,
I want our audience, our viewers, to take note of this, guys. Take special note, or share this to someone that you know need that assistance. That's how it is. You help people. One, ensure that if you're spending all this money to go to Barbados, because people in Grenada, they go to Barbados. I think people in Jamaica, they have an embassy in Jamaica, correct?
Yes, we have a consulate in Kingston. Yes, so Cayman comes to Jamaica.
Right. So if you live in Grenada and you have to go to Barbados, so you're spending that airfare to go there, and then you have hotel and all of that stuff, you want to make sure that you stand the best possible chance, because you're spending that money. And if you don't get the visa, you don't get that money back. So make sure that you're properly documented in terms of things that tie you back to your country. Make sure you have these things that tie you back to your country. And if you have further questions and stuff like that, consultation, of course, you could always speak to the attorney, because you are right along. She's going to give you a special kind of fee, you know what I mean? Hook you up nicely. But at least you know you're fully prepared. Another question I want to ask in terms of visas, it relates to artists, people in the field, right? What type of benefits could artists take advantage of to get the visas to come to the United States?
So for the artists, they can apply for what we call a P1 visa, meaning they're coming here to perform. So if you're an artist, whether you write, you work on the tech sound, you work on some other field, you can start, and I say start, Jay, in the P1. The P is a temporary visa, so it doesn't lead to a green card.
Right.
If you're like a world-renowned artist, like say Spice, right?
Yeah.
Or let's use somebody from the Caribbean, maybe somebody super well-renowned. We could go like an EB1, where we're saying this person has extraordinary abilities as an artist, right? Because when I think artist, I'm not only thinking performer, I'm thinking people with some different kind of skills, right? So they can go from P, temporary, and we can move them over into a position where they can apply for a green card for themselves.
Nice. Okay.
Yes.
Take note, guys. Again, we open up the phone lines if you want to call
Mr.
in.
Killer.
Mr. Killer, yeah.
Mr. Killer, definitely. I would be surprised if he doesn't have an artist visa to perform in the United States, because artists, when they come in order to work and earn money, they can't come in on a B1. They can come in on their B1 to explore opportunities, but for them to perform and work, they have to be on their performer visa.
And that leads me to the next question: the importance of having, as an artist, the importance of having a work permit.
Yes.
And during the process, what would happen to you if you perform and they found out and you didn't pay taxes on that money? How does that process work?
So if you have a B1, and I've seen this a lot, Jay, I'm glad you asked this question, where the artist has a B1 or a B2. A B1 is business, B2 is visitor. They just call it B1 and B2, and you use it interchangeably. But a lot of artists will perform on their visitor's visa. If they find out that is working without permission, and they can revoke your B1 and B2 because you're using it to work. You can use your B1 visa to come in and negotiate, like, let me explore these opportunities. But once you decide you have a contract, you're going to perform at a stage show, you need to be here on the right visa.
Right. Take note, guys. Take note. People do it. They do it. They travel on their visitor visa. They come, they perform. But
And
if
sneak in and sneak out.
if they find out, then
yes,
they could take that away.
Yes, I absolutely agree.
Right.
Absolutely
So be careful, guys. Again, we open up the phone lines. If you want to ask questions, 718-701-5720. This is your immigration segment, guys. We don't do it every day, but when we do, our aim is to reach as much people as possible that need the assistance. I'm very passionate about immigration. You guys know that already. Yana Winter Fund is contributing her time to ensure that you guys get that information. So please take us up on this offer. Give us a call, ask us online, or even message me in the chat if you don't want everyone to hear what you have to say, but get the information. It's very, very, very vitally important, right? All right. So one last thing as it relates to folks in the Caribbean that are looking to come here. What's the process then if, say, someone from the US traveled down to Grenada and fell in love with someone and wanted to marry them? What is the process?
Right.
How then do they get the whatever documents to travel back to the United States because I married them back in Grenada?
Right. So if, for example, Junior, I were to go to Grenada and I'm buck up on a nice man, I like him, I love him, he's sexy, and it must be nice. You know, if I'm gonna go all the way to Grenada, he gotta be at 11.
Yeah.
He gotta be 11 out of 10. He gotta be in your category, Jay. Like, he can't be basic. So
Right.
I go to Grenada, I'm walking on the beach, I'm gonna meet this nice man. And we decide to get married.
Granada's Beach.
Yes, we're upon that beach. And I meet somebody.
If you go Carriacou, you'll be on Paradise Beach. You have a nice beach on Paradise Beach in Carriacou. One of them. So you're walking on the beach.
So
nice.
which beach am I going to find a handsome man on?
Oh, well, you go find a nice one in Carriacou, but you go also find a nice one in Granada's Beach. So you're on Granada's Beach right now. You're on Granada's Beach.
All right, so I'm on Granada's Beach, and I see a really nice guy, and we decide we like each other. We decide to get married. I would then get married in Grenada, right? Or get married anywhere, but I want to get married in Grenada. I would then come back to the United States. Years ago, decades ago, Junior, I could have literally taken him to Barbados, and they would have stamped him, and I bring him back with me. You could have filed decades ago. You could have done that. Not anymore.
Okay, I see.
They call it direct filing of like the I-130. That no longer happens. So I would have to come back into the United States, file a petition for my Mr. Right with the USCIS. That takes about 6 to 8 months, right? Once I get that approval, immigration here will send it to the consulate in Barbados, and then they will say, hey, Diani and Mr. Right, come on in for an interview. A lot of times they don't want me there. They just want Mr. Right.
They just want Mr. Right.
They just want Mr. Right. And what I would give Mr. Right are a lot of documents. Here are the pictures of us on the beach. Here are the telephone calls. Here is when you sent me flowers. Here's when you sent the money to pay my mortgage. Here's when you bought me the new Benz. All that stuff. I would say this is a real marriage, because we wanted to show, or I could say, here's when I sent you all the monies through Western Union, right when you got sick, or when we opened a business together. So whatever shows that we're forming this like really good marriage, we'll give that to Mr. Right to take to the consular with him.
How long would it take then? I don't know if you said it before, but how long would it take Mr. Right then to get those documents from the time you buck up on Mr. Right till you marry, till he gets up to the US? What's the time elapsed time between?
So if I am a US citizen, maybe a year and a half or so, if I'm a US citizen and the consulates are post-COVID and everything is moving as planned, and we can do a little bit of expedite here and there, rush the case here and there, maybe between a year and a half, he could potentially be here, at least 2 years. If all I have is a green card, then it's going to take a little bit longer. It's going to take a little bit longer.
Right? What would prevent Mr. Right from getting this document within a year and a half? What are the things that Mr. Right might deter him or avoid him from?
Right. So if Mr. Right, for example, we can't prove that the marriage is real. Like the consulate feel like, Mr. Right, I used Dion, all Mr. Right need is a green card. So if they call it, we haven't been able to prove that the marriage is bona fide. You know, talk about the bona fide marriage, that maybe Mr. Right had been deported from the United States before and he's now in Grenada. That's going to be a problem. Maybe Mr. Right has committed so many crimes in Grenada that it's going to prevent him from coming. So some of those, maybe Mr. Right was already married and then find out that Mr. Right wasn't divorced. So a lot of those little things can cause him not to get a visa.
What if Mr. Right had, say, a weed charge, something like that? Not big stuff, but stuff that we might consider misdemeanor stuff. Would that prevent him from being eligible?
So if it's less, so how they charge in the Caribbean is a little different, right? So we'd want to check to make sure if it was not like possession, if it's a possession of like 20 grams or less, then it won't be a problem. If it's usage, like Mr. Right just like smoking weed, that is a different thing. That's fine. They might say, hey, they call it dry out. Go dry out for 12 months or whatever, then come back. If it's like sale, trafficking, some of those bigger charges, then it might pose a problem. So if it's drug trafficking, intent to sell, distribute, those kinds of things, even if Mr. Right were here, those drug charges might pose a problem.
Okay, keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind, that these things could still affect you.
Yes.
These things could somewhat still affect you, even if, you want to say that you is the best criminalist and you could box up anyone and you have a long criminal record. That may affect you if you do decide to migrate, right? So you have to make sure that you are living a clean life. Keep that in mind, guys. Very important stuff. 718-701-5720 speaking here with attorney DNA Winter Funday. This is your opportunity to call in. And this is the number again, 718-701-5720. Now, I want to talk about, now we're in the United States now. There are a lot of people who came into the United States with a visitor visa or came in as an artist or a number of other ways that they came in, but they never obtained a green card. They've been living here for some of them came to Canada. They've been living here for a number of years and they're not documented. How could they go about obtaining a green card here? What are some of the options?
So step one would be to watch the news to make sure if anything changes and it affects your country. Like just this week, we saw where the law changed, where people from Haiti, Nicaragua, and Cuba could potentially come into the United States and stay. If someone is here and they are undocumented, meaning they're out of status, the conversation comes down to either humanitarian or marriage. It really takes a lot of immigration options off the table. That is why in our community, you see so many people getting married for that immigration benefit, even though it's real, but that's their way out. Because once you overstay, a lot of the conversation we had leading up the last 30 minutes, Junior, it's off the table. You can't apply for H-2B. You can't apply for H-2A. You can't apply for nothing once you're out of status. It changes things.
Changes. I know we're talking about here now, but someone asked me this question earlier, so we're just going to go back a bit. Philip want to know about, what about electrician? Someone in the Caribbean that's an electrician, how could they get a visa to come to the United States?
I would probably try to find an employer who's looking for an electrician in the Caribbean and have that employer either petition for you, either through a permanent green card or maybe temporary, like a H-2B, something skilled. I would say, I wouldn't even say H-1B because you need a bachelor's degree. So I would have to look at that. Is it Alafaya? I would look at his resume. If he has like a bachelor's or better, I'd say let's try for H-1B. Or, if there's no bachelor's and he just has the skill, like him just know of to be an electrician, we can say try maybe like a H-2B or something along those lines. We could even use O. We could even use like a O for 3 years where an employer brings you in. It depends. We'd have to have a conversation about what that would look like.
Right. Okay. I wanted to now talk about, we're still here, and people are trying to get their documents. How does the visa lottery, does it apply for people that are here in the United States?
It depends on your home country. The visa lottery is not for everybody. Only some country are included in the lottery. So you would have to look at your home country first. And if you enter the lottery and you're lucky enough to win, if you're out of status, then we got to figure out our way how, because a lot of times the lottery, you have to be processed at the consulate in your home country. So if you win the visa lottery and you're here, don't just go home to go claim a lottery ticket. If you belong to one of those lottery countries, you want to consult with an attorney so we can figure out the best way to have you processed. So don't just depart, please.
And every year they have a certain amount of applicants. So this year,
Yes.
it's a new year right now. So they have a new set. And they only have a certain amount. So like for Grenada, they might have 100 or 200.
Yes.
So the best way for some people right now, they could check on the USCIS website. Where they get information about the lottery?
USCIS.gov. Just check on that website.
USCIS.gov. No, it's legitimate, right? The lottery is legitimate. But what I've seen, there are a lot of fraud because a lot of people are pretending and telling you, well, you have to pay X amount of money.
Oh, no.
Be very skeptical about that.
No.
What do people look out for in terms of scamming that system?
First of all, to apply for the lottery, you should not be paying. You might, if you win the lottery, you might want to say, hey, Diani, help me figure out my next steps. But you should not be paying anybody unless they're saying, hey, let me help you fill out the application. And it shouldn't be a lot of money either, right? But you shouldn't, nobody has access to this. Like, not even me. I have no connections to help move you up in the lottery. I have zero connections. So nobody should be telling you they have the hookup or they have the link up or they know how to make your application fit so it gets picked in the lottery. Don't pay anybody for that kind of service. Please.
Be careful. Be very, very careful. The visa lottery is actually real, but there are a lot of scams. Be wary about that. The next thing I want to talk about while you're here and you are trying to get your documents together, there are one that we spoke about a few years ago, and it have to be you spoke about where if you were somehow abused or you are victim, how could someone file for their green card if they were a victim of abuse by American citizen?
Right. So this is one of those areas, again, Junior, where a lot of people get taken advantage of. So under the Violence Against Women Act in the United States, if you are the spouse or if you have been abused by a U.S. citizen spouse or child or parent, you can potentially file a petition on yourself. A lot of people think of this. You hear them call it in our community, Junior, we just say VAWA. Like, oh, I have a VAWA case. VAWA is essentially you saying, look, I am married to this person, or this is my child. They're a U.S. citizen or green card holder, and they have abused me. You can be a man. The misconception is VAWA is just for women. You can be a man too. If you're a man and you're married to someone and there's any kind of abuse, verbal, emotional, physical, financial, they take your documents, that is abuse. You can petition for yourself. And a lot of times, Junior, you talked about coming through Canada, your entry doesn't matter. Like, they don't look to things like how long you've lived here. Certain crimes are forgiven. So it's not easy because it takes a lot of time. But at least you get a little work permit in the meantime. You get to kind of like move away from your abuser, because probably they're holding it over your head, say they're not signing the paperwork or anything like that. So VAWA is a very powerful and highly abused area of immigration law, because you'll have people who says, oh, just bring his birth certificate and the marriage certificate and we'll file an application. Even when there's no abuse.
Yeah.
And then they leave that person in a lurch.
How do you prove abuse? Like, how do you prove that someone is emotionally abusing you?
Well, there's lots of ways to prove abuse. Like, so for example, if it's emotional, typically with our clients, we send them to an immigration psychologist who will do a thorough investigation. Because here's the thing, I'm not a therapist. So if you're going to tell me your husband punched you and it has an effect on me. I'm a woman, I'm going to be affected. So a lot of times I have you talk to a professional. A lot of times I'll say to you, when he abused you or when he took the money, who did you call on the phone? Who did you call and tell them, hey, say, Junior, take my passport again? And I'll have that person write a statement to say, hey, so-and-so told me that on this day, Junior took the passport. There was no milk in the fridge. Junior took the phone from me, didn't let me talk to my mom in Jamaica. So there are a lot of ways we can get evidence. I love it. Police report for physical. And you don't require a police report. Under VAWA, if he punched you in the face and you didn't call the police, it's okay. Because I don't want women to think I have to have a police report. That's the biggest misconception. Police report and medic. If he punches you in the face, take a picture of it. If you have a bruised lip, take a picture. Not everybody, because here's the thing, Jay, what we have found or what we have seen is that if I'm here illegal and he punches me in the face, the police is the last person I'm calling because I'm here illegal.
True.
So a lot of people won't have a police report or a medical report because they have no insurance.
What if
good, but it's not required?
What if you assisted law enforcement? You're in a situation where you saw something happen and you somehow helped the police to find somebody guilty, whatever the case is. How does that help your case?
So that is what we call a U visa. So if you are a victim of a crime, so you're not married to the person, right? So remember, VAWA, they need some kind of relationship.
Right.
For you, there doesn't have to be a relationship. It just means I was at the gas station, somebody put a gun to my head, they robbed me. I called the police. I was able to help the police. And by help, we mean even if you go to the station and give a little bit of information, that's considered helping. Once you help the police in the investigation, they will sign a certification for you and we can apply for a U visa. I'll put a pause here and say the last time I checked, only 10,000 U visas are available annually.
Only 10,000?
So do the maths.
Wow.
You're going to be waiting for a U visa for a long time, but it leads to a green card. So it's a beautiful thing.
So in the process of time that you're waiting, do you get like a work permit, social security?
Gosh, yes. Yeah, man. You get work permit, you get social, you get all that stuff. If you need to travel, we can do a re-entry on you, like an advanced parole. There's some things we can play around with the U visa.
Okay, important.
Similar to VAWA, right? Because even if you had VAWA and you didn't get through, but you have that first piece, you'll see people traveling because they have advanced parole. They get to go home and come back, even though they don't have the final green card.
Right. What about someone who is, say, somehow being abused for their sexual preference? For instance, they might be gay or lesbian or whatever. And whether they are here in the US or not, let's look at it from this perspective of if they're in the Caribbean and they are being targeted in their country of origin. How or what do they do in terms of seeking some kind of refuge here in the US?
I love this question. So let's start with those that are outside. The only difference between the answer I'm going to give you is physically where they are. So if you're outside the United States, we call you a refugee. You always hear them say they're refugees from Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan. Ironically, Black and brown people, they don't call us refugees. They call it illegals. They're refugees. The people who present at the US-Mexico border coming from Haiti, Latin South America, they are refugees, but they don't use that term. So they'll use refugees like if it's from Syria, because that, that's sexy. Or if it's Ukraine, they're refugees. But believe it or not, if you're in the Caribbean and you're being persecuted for your sexual preferences, you're being persecuted for your religion, you can seek refugee status to the United States.
Yeah.
If you're inside of the United States, the process then becomes you're now an asylee, right? You're now filing for asylum. So that's it. You're inside of the United States. You're filing for asylum. You're saying to the government, look, if I go back to Jamaica, they say I am gay, they're going to kill me. And here's the proof. They burnt my house down. They sent a threatening letter to my dad. They spray painted my car. I went to the police station and the police did nothing. So the difference is, refugee, you're in Grenada and you're being persecuted and you say, I want to come to the United States. Asylee, you're physically present in the United States and you're going to apply for that benefit while you're here.
Okay, so what about someone that is being prosecuted within their country, but they think, or they are being told, like, say for instance, say they not sexually, say they are being domestic abuse. A woman in a home with a husband, she's been abused. Can she say, well, I'm being sexually abused by my husband, then I'm going to try to file for refugee status in the United States?
So the criteria, there's strict criteria for refugee status. In her case, what U.S. immigration laws would tell her is to go file a police report. Go let the authorities. So for refugee status, you have to be persecuted based on your religion, your sexual orientation, your age, your... There's a couple more. There's like 5, but it spells out the type of persecution. Right. And the type of persecution has to do with things about you that you cannot change. Your race. They call it the immutable characteristics. Like, I cannot change the fact that I'm Black. I can't do anything about this. I cannot change the fact that I'm gay. I can't do anything about that. I cannot change the fact that this is my religion. I'm Muslim. So that's where it has to be one of those things. So if you simply tell me, you know what, I want to apply to as a refugee because my husband is beating me, I would say, is that husband a part of the U.S. military? Because now we're talking VAWA.
Right, I see. Because they would easily tell you, if your husband is abusing you in St. George's, move to St. John's.
Move to St. John's. There you go. Call the police. So coming to the United States for DV without some connection, meaning my husband is a U.S. citizen, need a little bit more than that, because if he's a citizen and he's abusing me there and he moves back to the United States, why would you want to come to the United States? I get these calls a lot. He was beating me up in St. George's. Now I want to move to the States on VAWA. Why? He lives there. The exception out of that is if he is an officer, meaning, you know, he's an officer of the United States or he's in the military, then we can do something for you.
Yes. Guys, I hope you guys taking notes, because let me tell you, you don't get this information free all the time. You're getting it free right now because we really care about immigration. We really care about giving you that information. So take your notes, share this with someone. Even if you're not watching it now, you have an opportunity to watch it later. Or if you're watching it later, if you're listening to us right now on Ryders Radio, thank you for listening.
Thank you for watching.
Just listen, guys, it's very, very important. So share this live right now to your family and friends, or someone that you know would need this very, very vital information to change their immigration status. Now, Funde, we want to talk about now the difficulties, because it is getting a little bit more difficult to obtain a green card here in the US. What are some of the new things that might change in 2023?
The biggest thing we're seeing is proposed fee increases of up to 200%.
Wow.
Up to 200%. According to USCIS, they can no longer, because I posted today, over 7 million applications were filed in 2020, right? And that was a low year for USCIS. So due to this backlog, what immigration is saying, USCIS is saying, look, we got to raise our fees so we can hire more people. That's their rationale. They use, the last time we had a fee increase, I think it was 2016. But these, like for an investment visa, it's going from a little bit over $3,000, Junior, to $11,000 for the application fee. An increase of 240%. for the adjustment to package thing application that you and I were talking about earlier.
Yes.
That is now $1,760. They're proposing a little bit under $4,000. Therefore, for a family of 3, if I'm filing for adjustment for a family of 3 under the proposed rules, that family, if those rules pass, better cough up $12,000 in immigration fees.
And that's just immigration fees. That's not
That's
legal.
just, I hadn't even gotten my money yet.
Wow.
That's why I'm going to Grenada to find me a husband, because I haven't gotten my money yet. And immigration is saying this family to file for 3 people, adjustment of status. So you have a husband filing for his wife and 2 kids, $12,000 in immigration fees as proposed.
Now, this is absolutely
it's madness.
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 You said proposed, meaning that it is not yet initiated.
Right.
Do you expect that it will go into effect?
I think they're going to get something. You know that little song, I'm just a bill and I'm sitting on Capitol Hill. So right now it's proposed and now it's open for public comment. I would encourage everybody. I know our community be like, that not take me and I can't bother. I've given my public, I'm like, no. Right? Because I know who's gonna suffer.
Yes.
Because that bill is gonna be passed on to the Black and brown community who, our purse strings are not as big. Our purse strings are a little small. So I think it's going to affect our community. It's proposed, it has not been passed yet. I think it's open for comments for the next 60 days, and then we'll see whether or not it comes through.
And this is what I'm saying, people. You see, when we have these conversations and we empower you with information, it's for you to act. Because if we sit down and we don't act, we don't go on there and at least say something about this bill, you know what? It's going to happen. And we are the ones who are going to get the shitty end of this bill, of this stick, right? So we have to empower ourselves. And Deanna, that's sometimes what really stick in my craw. Is that when we have this type of engagement, this conversation that is needed for our community, a lot of people pass on it. They pass on it. But when it increases and then our community cannot afford it.
They come crying.
They come crying. We have to make GoFundMe to help people in all these instances.
Yes.
But what did you do? You passed on the information where you could make a change. We empowering you with information. You don't want the information. You only want juicy. They only want saucy. They only want saucy.
Juicy and saucy. Juicy and saucy.
I mean? Juicy and saucy. But this is where you have to pay attention. You pass. You pass. It's important, guys. Just like how Deanna said that it's a bill. It's not yet a law. So there still could be, it's open to public scrutiny. Now, if we as a public don't scrutinize because we know it's going to hurt us the most, and we say, we'll pass on it, it's silence. Why is it silence is
consent or something like so?
Consent. Silence
something
is consent.
Like that. Yes.
Yeah. Your silence is consent. You approve and say, charge us more, man. 300, 200, make it 300% because you are silent. And why you're silent, you don't know. That is the problem. That is what's affecting us and continue to affect us. Very, very, very important. Very, very, very important. Guys, we're giving you this information here to empower yourself. I'm very passionate about immigration because I too lived a life they used to call me an illegal immigrant. That used to be the word.
Undocumented now, we say.
Undocumented now. But I understand. So it's important to me to help our community, empower our community as much as we could get Deanna, as busy as she is. I treasure the moments when she could sit here and give this information to our public, and you guys have to treasure it as well. Very, very important. This is going to be a big, big, big problem for our community if we don't put our voice on this. This is going to affect us the most. Most. What else is happening in the world of immigration, Deanna, that you think
so
is
that's the big thing. The fees, they've opened up the borders for Haiti, Nicaragua, and Cuba. For like a safe, it's parole. We call it parole, right? So if anybody has a Haitian family member or somebody in Nicaragua or somebody in Cuba, you can now literally, you don't have to file for them. You just file an application for them to come into the country and they're able to live here, similar to what we saw with Venezuela and Ukraine. And I think Somalia was added to the list today as well. So a lot of them are able to come in, a lot of family reunification. I know you broadcast all over the Caribbean, Junior. So this will be good news for a lot of people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, pay attention to this. Again, 718-701-5720. We have about 7 more minutes left on this program. If you want to ask your question, we are opening up the opportunity for you to do that. Again, 718-701-5720. Anything else, Diane, that you think is important that our community knows about?
Naturalization, Junior. I cannot come on your show and not tell people, if you have a green card for more than 5 years, file for your naturalization. I know. I hear it all the time from my Jamaican brethren. They're like, no, I don't want to become no U.S. citizen. I want to be Jamaican. Getting a U.S. passport does not make you any less Jamaican or less Grenadian or less Bahamian, right? I am begging. I'm so tired of when people have been here 20, 30 years and then they get in trouble. Then we got to try to fix it. I would encourage them, please, to get your passports.
Yeah, because a green card is like an upgraded visa.
That's it.
Yeah, you could still get denied coming in.
That's it. You could get turned around. You could get deported.
You could get deported with a green card. Yeah. Don't think that you are almighty. You get a green card and you start to act safe. Like you're safe. No, you can still get deported on a green card. So and Diane is the one who talked me in getting my green.
I was like, what are we waiting on? Like, why are we having this conversation, Jay? You're leading the community. Come on.
Yeah, Diane talked me into it. No, I always say, my boy, I'm a Grenadian. Diane, what the hell are you talking about?
Nothing changed. 2 things too, Junior, I want to say. Jamaica will be there next week, January 20th and 21st.
Yes.
For my event. We can't come on and talk about the event.
Yeah, man.
Yes, we have the expo in Kingston.
Yes.
Friday, January 20th, we'll be at the Jamaica Conference Center. 3 of us, U.S. attorney, Canadian attorney, and Australian attorney. We're going to be live in Kingston. The tickets are selling fast. And then we have VIP that evening for those skilled, my electricians, all of those people. We have your VIP event. And then on Saturday, we're going to be at the Cecil Charlton Hall in Mandeville. We're coming through. We want those halls full. www.gis-ja.com to get your tickets.
Yeah, I wonder if I could get one of our loyal viewers or supporters to sponsor me a trip to Jamaica. If only want to see me along in Jamaica,
Right along in Jamaica
for that event.
Yes.
There are a lot of loyal viewers. Hey, Junior, you need a vacation. Just go to Jamaica.
I think you deserve it. You could come and be our host, Junior.
Yes, that'd be lovely.
You could come and host for us.
Somebody sponsor me a trip to go to Jamaica, please. I want to be down there. I want to head down to Jamaica.
Absolutely.
You're watching and you want to get me down to Jamaica. Sponsor me a trip down to Jamaica. I want to go.
Just come, man. You're VIP. They will just let you in.
Yeah.
They'll just let you in.
That would be great. I'll try my best to could organize to be there. But Diane, it's always a pleasure having you on to talk about.
Thank you so much for having me.
And your contact number, people are saying, give me a number, because they say,
I am all over the place.
And give up me information, and everybody watching me.
Winter Immigration. You can find me. I'm the immigration boss. I run my academy and I run my law firm. So you need me at winterimmigration.com with a Y. You can't miss me. WYNTER immigration.com. Make sure you're following me on all my social media platforms, because I stay making noise on social media. There we go.
Immigration.com. And what's the phone number? What's the phone number they could reach you?
813 815-3529.
8529.
Yes.
That's the number that you could call, guys.
Yes.
And of course, you could link up with the immigration boss. Yeah,
yes,
the immigration
boss. You can.
That's right. So again, the website, and they could schedule a consultation
Just
online.
Schedule a chat with me. Yeah. If it's for the law firm, schedule a chat. If it's for the academy, you don't need to schedule a chat. You can just reach out to us.
winterimmigration.com. The phone number again is 813-815-8529.
3529 813. Take that off, Jay. That wrong.
Okay, hold on. Sorry.
813
813
815
815
3529.
Sorry about that. That's the number. Correction. That's the number, guys. 813-815-3529. Write this number down. Stick it on your fridge. And don't forget to call. And of course.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Deanna. We appreciate you so much.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
All right. Guys, this is the number. You could call Deanna Winterfund, attorney at immigration attorney. Again, the number is 813-815-3529. That's 813-815-3529. If you got some good information from this program, guys, and you want to see us continue this type of informative programming, give us some stars, give us some likes, give us some love. Yeah, man. We do this for the community. This is our give back to the community, and we appreciate Deanna Winterfund always coming on with her very, very, very valid, vital information. Again, guys, press the love, press the heart. Give us some stars, guys. Give us some stars. Let me see who will give us some stars today. Anybody give us some stars? Let me big you up. Press that star button. Press that star button. For the folks that's listening right now on Ryders Radio, or if you guys want to check us out, Ryders Radio is RYDR, rydersradio.com. Or you can check out Ryders Radio on TuneIn, rydersradio.com. That's our online radio platform. You can listen 24 hours of music, We don't stop playing the music. We don't stop giving you the information. Talk radio. That's rydersradio.com. rydersradio.com. Click that link right now. Let me see. Let me open up the chat and see who we have in there. Let me see who we have in there. Hey, thank you. I want to see the stars, guys. I want to see the stars. Big us up by giving us some stars. Love the stars. Let the stars fly. Hey, Shirley Ann, big up yourself. Thank you so much. Ryders family on the radio station, rydersradio.com. Ryders family on the online. Thank you so much for watching. Also, guys, I got to tell you about this. Our bingo, the Ryders bingo, right? We are doing, again, our this is our third bingo event. It's a $1,500 bingo. Tickets are only $5. Tickets are $5. You can get it tonight. Get it right now at ridebuy.com. That's where you get your bingo tickets. In fact, I have a special going on for the next 5 minutes. If you go to ridebuy.com right now and you buy one ticket for $5, you get 2 tickets for the price of 1. You can do it right now. Click that link, ridebuy.com. If you buy one ticket for within the now and next 5 minutes, 5 minutes, guys, 5 minutes special. You buy one ticket for the next 5 minutes, you get 1 ticket free. Instantly. Anthony Patrick, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Again, guys, ridebuy.com. Go there right now and purchase your ticket. It's a fundraiser that we do here and Ride Along every month to help in the community. Again, it's our $1,500 bingo of tickets available at ridebuy.com. Click that link right now. Go there, purchase a ticket, ridebuy.com. There's so many ways in which you could support this platform, guys. Of course, we are doing our trip to Dubai. Yeah, trip to Dubai. Sherry Destination, Ryders promotion, travel to Dubai, $3,800, but down payment as low as $500, and you have up to 6 months, guys, to make a full payment, full payoff, right? So $500 a month for the next 6 months. And you too could ride with us to Dubai. Remember, the $3,800 include airline, it includes hotel, trip, tours, the whole 9. Check out our website at ryderstravel.com. Ryderstravel.com. Yes, a lot happening. Got to tell you about this. Also, our what we have. So this is the radio. I was telling you guys about the Ryders radio. Listen it tonight, guys. You could turn it on, go to TuneIn and type in Ryders Radio HD or Ryders Radio. It's going to pop up. You can listen to us 24/7 on the radio, rydersradio.com. Check us out there. And our brunch that we're going to be having on the 4th, or the brunch, celebrating Grenada 49th anniversary of independence. Oil long in full effect, pilau, fry bake, potato pudding, and the whole nine. And that's our big brunch. Music by a popular DJ. A lot happening, guys. So much thing happening. So we have the bingo. You guys have to check that out. We have the travel that you guys have to check out as well. And what else we have? We had, let me look into here and see what else we have going on. Oh, we're looking for a sales and marketing executive for the platform. So if you have experience in the field of sales and marketing, we are looking for an experienced sales and marketing executive for Ride Along Media Group, for the whole media group that would manage our radio, television. I mean, just straight to our platform. You would be the we're looking for someone to manage that aspect of the business. So if you have experience in sales and marketing, give us a call or inbox us right here at Ride Along Live. Okay. Again, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of our program today. On behalf of all our production team here at Ride Along Live, for our executive producer, Lois JJ, thank you so much. Thank you so much. For our moderator, Kibbs, Deanne Fraser, Gail Charles, we say thank you so much. Thanks for sharing. And thanks to you guys for making us number one. We are, over 1.9 million views within the past 28 days, and we are growing 1.9 million. Why not 100,000 people didn't watch and just make it 2 million flat? Yeah. Okay, salary include full monthly pay, flat salary and commission. All right. So if you have interest, please inbox us and we give you the whole salary breakdown. Sales and marketing executive needed for the platform with experience. Okay. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for supporting. Catch you guys again tomorrow. Peace out. Good night.
Established in 1998, Ross Road Funeral Services continues to assist you plan the ideal funeral or memorial service locally or internationally. Our reputation is built on providing personalized funeral services based on love and compassion. Call Ross Road Funeral Services at 718-547-0640.
Ross Road Funeral Services, where your loved one is our loved one.
Carpentry and Cleaning Servicing, providing exceptional carpet and cleaning, floor installation, refinishing, home renovations, drywall, painting, plastering, doors and moldings, electrical and plumbing, and much more. We are a one-stop shop for all your professional needs. Give us a call today on 718-221-5572. That is 718-221-5572. Or you can call our cell on 917-939-3192. Check out our sales on all services. We're located at 218 Schenectady Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Phillips Carpentry and Cleaning Servicing.
Grenadian products are now only a mouse click away at GrenadaMarket.com. Nutmeg and guava jams, jellies and syrups, world famous nutmeg pain relief spray, black sage, soursop, lemongrass, and bois bande bar. Ordering is simple and friendly. All major credit cards accepted. Safe, secure shopping guaranteed. GrenadaMarket.com ships your product anywhere in the world. So when you can't go to the island, the products off the island can be sent to you. Just log on to www.grenadamarket.com and experience our quick delivery and homely service.
Williams Funeral Service serve you with dignity and compassion as you mourn. Every day, we embark on the journey of life, and one day, the journey will end. It's on that day that you can entrust the celebration of life of your loved ones to David Williams Funeral Service. Call 718-291-3823.